surprisingly enough. Right now it's Skylar with the combo advantage, but again, the CS0 here is so tricky with these back and forth. The density on your screen with these reading patterns mixed in as well, the overlaps, the back and forth, so snappy. It's actually the accuracy for Choco putting in some work and trying to equalize the scoreline, but that break from Choco giving Skylar the advantage once again. Having a massive lead now with that secondary break, and with how short this map is, it's going to take some heroics from Choco and some pretty big breaks from Skylar for this point to go back over to the British Dental Association. Again, this 1/3 section held on by both players. And with that, it's going to be Skylar with a 200k lead. Just a quick early break. The intro of this map taking many a name. Skylar with a very solid pull there. 725 combo to close it out, near 800k on the Hidden 6. And with that, steamhappy going to take the advantage 4-3 with that point. Both of these teams just trading picks. Perfectly even so far. No breakpoints in the match for our first few. And with that, Choco feeling a little bit more warmed up now and ready to go into the Hidden 3. Back to Split X. Choco picked and won. A very similar pick strategy to our previous match with that Hidden 4-point on Choco. Looking to make things happen again on the 170 BPM flow aim. Skylar doesn't really shy away from flow aim maps, right? Skylar has a handful of solid No Mod 2 scores under his belt. Known for his free mod capabilities and various tournament replays and playtesting. This is my first time actually seeing him in a match outside of the playtesting rink. So going to be very curious with this being a loser's bracket match. Both of these teams' lives are on the line. Very scary situation for each. Skylar looking to ride the momentum of that Hidden 6 pick into a successful breakpoint here. It's Choco though. The force you have to match on this kind of map is incredibly scary. 200 combo and growing in a first chain break from Choco. Once more down to 96% with those breaks, and it's a disaster coming through for the British Dental Association. Skylar holding on to the SS in our first quarter. 400 combo and growing. A slight decel pattern there. Not going to strike him out with any over aims. Looking so confident on the Hidden as Skylar right now, and you have to wonder about, like, why now? Why pick this now after Skylar was so hot on the Hidden 6? It feels like some unfortunate timing for the British Dental Association picking this immediately after such a strong score on that Hidden 6. Drops just 100, still looking so confident here with a 120k lead. Another slight overaim from Choco here. This is turning out to be a disastrous pick for the British Dental Association. Skylar making it to the slow section. That second div spike, no problem there. That wiggle, big point of contention, not going to be taking out either player. both players trade that miss, and I think that's just gonna do it, right? You're seeing a little bit of cursor dance from Choco. The writing is a little bit on the wall with this pick. Unfortunately, not going the way of the British Pencil Association. This is going to be the first breakpoint of the match with this hidden 3. Skylar with the 99.4 AC advantage, combo advantage, a 300k score lead, and some extra chain breaks from Choco for good measure. Having a look at the MP, this is only the second hidden map pick. So with how Skylar is looking on this, I think you just ride the momentum and pick hidden again immediately, right? You just like, Skylar's playing so well through these past few maps. You just need them to continue up this streak, and that's, look at it, it's the funny number. Guys, check it out. Some solid 727k for Skylar there. Just one miss to the name, and I think you run the next hidden map immediately after that one. Something like the hidden 5 burst map would be pretty solid here. I think Skylar holds a pretty hefty speed advantage. In comparison to Choco, at least. But no, it's going to be the hidden 1, actually. Going back into Kanzen Hokai Paradox, and I have to wonder about this pick, right? Because for this map in particular, like, I feel like this is a little bit of an equalizer, unless maybe that hidden 5 was banned. I could see being potential, but right underway here. Both players were already in the lobby, just keeping up the momentum streak for Skylar, looking to pounce on these hidden maps. 800k on the hidden 6, 700k on the hidden 3. Can he keep up the hot streak and get another sub or pro 700k score on this hidden 1? Much trickier map with the awkward aim patterns here. Lots of linears presented in this one. Intro to this one, not going to be too scary for either of these players. You are starting to see a little bit of shake on Skylar's cursor, though. You have to wonder about any potential nerves playing these 3 maps in a row. Maybe a little bit of pressure getting to him, but I think the momentum should be strong enough with these back and forth and the aim required for this pick. Right now, it's just a little bit of an AC advantage outside of that first ki. Both players hitting these wide angle triangles. The spacing jump at the tail end of that ki is a pretty scary section to go for. But on some of these 220 bursts, it's Choco to drop some 100s, slide the lead back over to Skylar, the score flickering side to side, all determined by the combo, and back to Skylar with those massive triangles, getting a couple 100s advantage. Unfortunately squandered by this KI, but it's all up to the combo. There it is, finally the well is broken. Skylar with a slight overaim there on these massive 1-2s, but Choco to trade it out, only getting 40k of difference. There's still a potential here for Skylar to bring it back in the second half of this map, but Choco with massive advantage in the moment. A 30k lead so far. If any other breaks come through, the jumps in this map just get harder. Holding onto your consistency, holding onto your nerve in these moments is most important, as accuracies are basically even. That big div spike hit by both players. It's the 1/3! A overaim for Skylar, leading to a slider break on the slider after the 1/3 and a note lock because of the overaim. And that should just do it, barring any massive chain misses from Choco. There's still choke potential here. But it's not going to come through. It is Choco with that final burst to confirm the breakpoint trade. And just like that, our score line, going to be 4-5 for the British Dental Association. What a phenomenal score for Choco there, 650k. Just the one miss towards the middle, not causing too many issues. And with that, British Dental Association looking to claw back here. That is all of the hidden maps exhausted from picking. There is still one more Hard Rock remaining on the side of steamhappy, as well as a double time for each team, I believe. Or no, 2 double times for steamhappy. So, gonna be scary here. But they're going for DT5. It's gonna be the pick here. Horizon Blue. Going back into the 230 BPM finger control. My keyboard thinks the finger control could strike out a player like Jocon. Number 12 in the world, by the way, but looking to use maybe some of the depth in this DT pool to the advantage. Oh, that is Bancho? Question mark? I'm not sure. Those first chain misses for Jocon are really unfortunate here. The accuracy immediately dipping very low because of those chain misses. Looks confident otherwise. Regaining the composure. A slider break from my keyboard actually going to be helping Jocon get back into this as he takes the score lead in very shocking fashion, actually, given how crazy that chain miss was in the beginning. But no real problems here for him. Finally, a little bit of the stamina showing, dropping a couple 100s, getting a slider break of his own, but traded score lines in the beginning of this one. Looking like a very scary map here. The accuracy advantage putting in work for my keyboard is a 2.5% advantage right now. As we get into our longer burst section, the 230 BPM, the roundedness, the air 10.3, not going to be a problem for either of these players, but that 1/6 pattern, really scary, or 1/3, sorry, for my keyboard and Jacon holding on to their combos. If my keyboard was to break, Jacon still has plenty of time. It's only a 60k difference, which on double time is basically nothing. Only 300 combos separating these players. The accuracy getting a little closer. Jacon up to 96%. Again, it's just that initial chain miss that caused all this accuracy worry from Jacon here. 700 combo, the slider break comes through. Jacon needs to hold on just a little bit longer with these doubles and triples to get a break point here. It's a 30k difference. Big finger control. Is time gonna run out? The answer is no. It's another break from my keyboard. An exclamation mark on the break point. Jacon on the double times. Such a scary thing to go against, as he gets 685k to close it out. And like that, Steam Happy are on match point, and it's their next pick now. I do believe with that... Oh no, there's one more double time map remaining for British Dental Association. But it's going to be the HR1 pick for Steam Happy here, going into the raw aim. Going into HR1 here is interesting for Kyle Byrne. Kyle Byrne, a player mostly known for his aim mechanics on Double Time and Hard Rock respectively, so this shouldn't be too big of a problem, but it's just really scary picking mechanics into F2X, a player that is so strong on the HR1s. It is the equalizer though, of course. If you want to pick some gamble in a pool, you usually go for the Nomad 1 or Hard Rock 1 or whatever the raw aim pick is going to be, and this is no exception to the rule for Kyle Byrne trying to close this match out with this pick. It's match point for Kyle Byrne and the rest of the team on Steam Happy. British Dental Association need to win this point to stay alive in the Mod Master Tournament. It's our final match of the weekend. And in this loser's bracket, anything can happen. You have to wonder the nerves with such a pick. F2X in a must-win situation. Kyle Byrne giving a little bit of leeway here with these very early breaks, actually. A little bit of consistency hiccups, but it didn't stop Jacon in the last map, so it's probably not going to be too big of a deal here. 3 minutes and 30 seconds in length for this one. And right now, looking very confident is F2X, still holding on to this combo. It's another break from Kyle Byrne in this first Ki. F2X looking a little snappy, but the aim is so confident here. Kyle Byrne with another break at the end of that Ki, gonna be giving some life to the British Dental Association now, who just have to win their next pick to bring this match to tiebreaker if they were to win this one. In theory, there's still some room for comeback, but it's going to take some pretty big disasters for F2X, right? It's already a 140k score lead and growing. The accuracy up at 99.5 for F2X is a very scary situation. We are at that halfway point though, so if F2X were to miss on any of the patterns here, the potential score for Kyle Byrne would be enough. No matter what though, Kyle Byrne has to FC the rest of the map for this pick to be winnable. And F2X needs to find a miss sometime incredibly soon in this Ki for the most part, for there to be enough score for Kyle Byrne to bring it through. But the kick slider jumps, no problem for F2X. Holds on to the FC all the way up to 538k score. Even if he were to miss now and hit the rest of the map, he gets a round 775k. So F2X doing the job. It's all eyes on him in that section for Kyle Byrne, unfortunately. Not happy with the miss represented there, as F2X continues to hold on to the FC. At least Kyle Byrne can know there wasn't much you would be able to do in this situation with how F2X is playing in this match. 1k combo surpassed, 750k score surpassed. All benchmarks of improvement for F2X. Unfortunately, not to close out the full combo, but more than enough work done for the British Dental Association to stay alive in this matchup. But now it is up to the final pick. Final pick of the tournament. Or for this match, apologies. It is British Dental Association with just one more DT pick remaining. And again, you have to pick DT and win DT against Jacon, which is incredibly scary here. If you are a player on the British Dental Association, the best case scenario would be something like the DT2, but I'm unsure if that's been banned. So maybe something like DT4 I could see being a potential pick here. It's like trying to pick DT into him is very scary here, but the raw stamina is probably the best case scenario, if possible. It is going to be the DT4. It is going to be Twilight of the Abyss going into our slider aim heavy 270 BPM pick in our double time pool. It's a similar situation to last match, right? Where you're just trying to pick the double time map that's going to break the consistency of the other player. In that previous match, the answer was DT6, and this one, British Dental Association hoping the answer is DT4. My keyboard waiting his entrance into the lobby for the final pick of this match. May go into tiebreaker after, depending on if he can get this point against Jacon. Man of the hour hopping back into the lobby. good lucks in the chat for the final pick of the match. Could be final map of the weekend for these players. My keyboard taking the optional hit in there, so take a mental note of the math for that one. Early goings looking a little shaky for my keyboard. It's the slider aim focus dropping a lot of accuracy here. Jackon looking pretty comfortable so far on this DP only. 270 bursts at the tail end of some of them. Some of the reverse sliders as well. It's so tricky to hold onto your combo here. Hold onto your metal, and my keyboard with that over aim is looking a bit scary here. But Jackon trades it. It's back over to his side. It's even combos. They both slider broke on the same thing for the most part. It's just a 20k difference in this first third. And you have to wonder about the hidden too, right? The accuracy difference is equalized by the hidden, but that advantage won't be there at the end of the map. So right now it's looking more like a 50k to 60k lead for Jackon after you remove the hidden multiplier. And that miss from my keyboard is not going to be helping things. He just has a hard time keeping up and tracing these sliders. But Jackon is having hard times as well with these breaks traded by each player. My keyboard just has to hold on to the consistency a little harder in one of these sections. But the breaks to come through, traded once more. It's 60k in the lead of Jackon, and that may just be it with that other slider break coming through for my keyboard. The 92% hack as well. Tracing the sliders, keeping up with the map is just was not the play this time around. Jackon finds the break, but it's going to take some more chain misses from Jackon, and my keyboard had to see the rest of the way through. This map is over, and so is the match, and unfortunately, so is the British Dental Association's time in this tournament. Team steamhappy with massive heroics here, and closing it out in style off the back of those hidden breakpoints. Jackon winning every DT map in that pool to close this one out 7-5. And just like that, that's going to be our final match of the weekend. Shoutouts to all of the teams that played in this round, the semifinals round of the Mod Masters. Pool showcase probably coming to you tomorrow, so we'll be seeing you then for our continued coverage of the tournament. Congratulations again to steamhappy for winning this match, as well as Team 4 for winning the previous match in the winner's bracket. And just like that, we will be seeing you tomorrow for our qualifier showcase. See you then.